According to the World Instant Noodles Association, Vietnam topped the global ranking for instant noodle consumption in 2024. The Instant Noodles Trivia Report reveals some fascinating insight about this popular comfort food. In 2024, Vietnam ranked first with an average of 81 servings eaten per person per year. In other words, Vietnamese eat one serving of instant noodles every 4 days. In second place is South Korea, with approximately 79 servings eaten per person per year. Thailand is in third place with approximately 58 servings per person per year. And in 2024, 123.1 billion servings of instant noodles were eaten around the world. Assuming it takes 3 minutes to prepare each serving, then the total time spent on preparing noodles last year was approximately 700,000 years. Yes, and as someone who enjoys instant noodles myself, I find this number quite relatable. And our reporter Khánh Minh, also a noodle enthusiast, spoke with a professor to learn more about the cultural aspect of this everyday favorite. Let's take a look.
Thank you, Professor Alisa Friedman, for joining our program.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Vietnam is among the largest consumers of instant noodles. So what does that tell about maybe the culture or the history of this kind of food in Vietnam or in other countries as well?
Instant noodles, the packs of noodles, to the best of my knowledge, began with a man named Ando in Japan in the early 1960s. One day he saw his wife frying tempura, Japanese fried food, and he thought, oh, that's amazing. You could quick fry and then dehydrate noodles. But the silly Americans took the block of noodles and crumbled it up, put it in a cup and poured water over it. He thought, that's interesting. And he and his team worked to engineer noodles that you could eat out of a cup. When I'm in Vietnam, I love to go to supermarkets and convenience stores and just look at the food products. And I was amazed by how many instant noodles there are in Vietnam. We have far fewer instant noodles, I think, in the United States. Shelves and shelves of instant noodles here.
What do you think make instant noodle or cup noodles so symbolic in many Asian countries?
I think when people see cup noodles, they often think of student days. Like the days when you're a student being very busy studying for tests perhaps, or busy with life and you're not a good cook, you buy noodles. Noodles flavors have changed too over the years. I think the very first flavors that were marketed in Vietnam maybe were seafood. The noodles in a cup from Japan, the first flavors were seafood and tom yum. In America, for example, we have shrimp or chicken or beef, some things that are very American historically. So I think they're iconic. When you think of youth, think of travel, think of on the go.
I've heard that recently you had maybe a discussion or an exchange with people in Vietnam about instant noodles or cup noodles. Could you share a little bit about that?
We talked about how instant noodles came to be. For example, starting as an expensive product, but getting cheaper thanks to manufacturing techniques. But we also talked about some practical issues. For example, about how instant noodles perhaps might be changing for sustainability. Our discussion was very lively, and it led to some cross-cultural comparisons across Asia about different cultures of eating noodles.
And that has been a very eye-opening conversation with you, Professor Alisa Friedman, about a quick meal that we take for granted, maybe. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Now I'm hungry.
Just from looking at it makes me hungry already. And although instant noodles are tasty and culturally iconic, we might want to eat them in moderation. Add veggies or protein, use less seasoning, and enjoy them as an occasional treat are also what Professor Alisa Friedman suggested.